Which calisthenics skills you should learn first? Maybe you should start with the harder ones like the planche and the front lever, or maybe you should start with easier ones like the handstand push-up and the muscle up. Today we are going to discuss all of that, and we are going to create a plan that you are going to be able to follow based on your level now. So let's go straight into it. Okay, so I separated all of the calisthenics skills that we are going to be talking about today in 3 levels, because it's going to be easier to see where you are right now and what you need to work on. So right now, as you can see, we are looking at level 1, and level 1 is a must have. You need to go through level 1. You can't skip level 1 and go to harder skills from level 2 or even level 3. So this is the most important step. And as you can see here, you can see basics and skills. So we're going to talk also about basics. So if you're just starting calisthenics right now, for example, you can do just a couple of pull-ups, just a couple of dips, you're at level 1. And an important thing to understand here is that it doesn't matter for how long you're training. For example, there are some people, like I personally know people who are training calisthenics for 2 to 3 years and they still can do like 15 pull-ups and 20 to 25 dips, which means that they're still on level 1 and they can't go further because it's going to be too hard for them to progress, and it's even going to be dangerous. So before going into any skills, you need to master the basics. You need to reach 15 pull-ups, 20 to 25 dips, and also you need to be good at other basic exercises like push-ups, Australian pull-ups, and so on. They're not so important as the dips and the pull-ups, but you still need to practice them. And only once you're getting closer to these numbers here for the basics, only then you can start actually thinking about skills. And the first skills that you need to learn, like this is a must-have before going into any other harder skills in the future, is handstand and L-sit. Why these 2 skills? Because these are the most basic skills that are going to, first of all, the handstand is going to build your shoulder strength, your stability and your balance, and this is going to help you in the future with other harder skills like handstand push-ups and the planche. And if you can't handstand, it's going to be impossible to learn handstand push-ups, and it's going to be very hard for you to go to the planche. So first you need to master the handstand. And if you still can't do the handstand, you can just DM me on Instagram. I have a free, super detailed guide about the handstand, and just send me the word handstand on Instagram and I'm going to send you the guide so you can actually learn the handstand. And the second must-have skill is the L-sit. It's, for me personally, I think that this is not even a skill, it's more like part of the basics, but you need to learn it because this is going to build your core strength that is necessary for basically every single calisthenics skill in the future. So level 1, make sure that you get all of these, and only then we can move on to level 2. And also I forgot to mention that if you're still stuck at the basics, you can do pull-ups, you can do a lot of dips. I have a lot of videos on the topic of increasing your basics, so you can check the last video that I just made. I think that it's like 2 videos ago about increasing your pull-ups, and this video is going to be super helpful if you want to increase your basics. So now let's go to level 2. Welcome to level 2, and now you actually have the right to choose, because as I said, on level 1 you can skip it and you can't like skip the basics or skip the handstand and the L-sit, but here you can actually choose. So as you can see, we have skills and basics as from level 1, and you can choose actually which one of these is going to be your main priority. For example, you can make your main priority basics, so number 1, and the skills are going to be number 2. Just an example. Once you do that, you can see, okay, for the basics, what do I want the most from the basics? Do I want to do more reps or do I want to do more weight? So you can start working on increasing your repetitions or adding more weight, basically doing weighted calisthenics. This is going to be the approach if you want to build a better physique, you want more muscle mass, and in general you want to focus more on your physique. And for the skills, you have, as you can see here, quite a lot of options. I'm not the best in writing, so maybe it's hard to read, sorry for that, but you can see here handstand push-ups, muscle-ups, back lever, human flag, this is like H for human flag, and dragon flag. Basically a lot of skills, right? So obviously you can start learning all of them straight away, and I would say that these are the intermediate skills in calisthenics. And the best thing that you can do is you can choose one skill for push and one skill for pull. For example, you can choose handstand push-ups for the push and muscle-ups for the pull, while still working on the basic. And of course it also depends on which one is going to be your main priority, and from that you're going to decide how to structure your workouts based on that. These skills are not so hard. Probably you're going to learn them, probably it's going to take you some time. Even if your workout structuring is not going to be the best, even if you don't know how to structure your workouts, if you're just going to train them, do attempts, eventually after months, for some people after years, you're going to get there, you're going to learn them. But if you don't know, if you know how to structure your workouts, obviously it's going to be way better. But in both cases, most likely if you stay consistent and you keep training these skills, you're going to get them, because they are not so hard. Like the handstand push-ups, the muscle-ups, the back lever, these are, I would say, pretty easy skills. So yeah, choose one for push, one for pull, still working on your basics, and basically this is the plan for level 2. And just a quick disclaimer, these skills are not necessary to learn. You can skip them, but I would suggest you to still work on them, and only after that go to the skills from the level 3. For a couple of reasons. First of all, you're going to learn these skills, especially if you're training for them properly, pretty fast, and this is going to give you some kind of a motivation, boost in energy, and you're going to be ready to go for it. But and also this is going to build like your basic strength, coordination, capabilities, and so on. So your baseline of strength is going to be way better, and you're going to be more prepared for the skills from level 3. But if you don't like these skills at all, if you're not interested in them, and you just want to go to front lever and the planche, for example, you can already do quite a lot of dips, quite a lot of pull-ups, and you just want to go straight to the harder skills, you can do it, but it's definitely going to be way harder, and you're going to get frustrated along the way, because they're way harder to learn, the front lever and the planche, instead of these skills, and your structuring for level 3 skills should be way better than for level 2. And you're not going to get the skills just with attempts as with level 2. So if you don't know how to train them properly, most likely you're going to waste a lot of time, you're going to waste your motivation, and at some point you're just going to quit. If you're not, for example, genetically gifted and you're not going to get it pretty fast just with attempts, which most likely it's not going to happen. So I would really suggest you to stay on level 2 for quite some time, get at least one push and one pull skill from these, improve your basics even more, and only after that going to level 3. So now let's teleport to level 3. Okay, so level 3. Here we are actually going into some really intense and hard skills, as I already told you. And since you're watching this video, and this video is mostly about skills, I guess that this is going to be your main priority. So because of that, I wrote that these are going to be your second priorities, because skills are going to be the first one. If for some reason you don't want to prioritize skills and you still want to work more on your basics, you can do that. You can put your basics, basically sets and reps or weighted calisthenics on the first place, and on the second place you can put skills. But once again, I suppose that you would like to learn the skills more if you're watching this video, so this is what we're going to focus more on today. As you can see, we have quite a lot of skills here. So plunge, front lever, 90-degree handstand push-up. This is a harder variation of the handstand push-up. Clean muscle-ups. So these are like really high explosive clean muscle-ups. They're way harder than the normal muscle-ups and they require a lot more time to learn. So we can count them as a skill for level 3. And here we have also an iron cross. It's going to be pretty hard for you to train this one if you don't have, I forgot the word. I'm going to put a picture when I'm going to edit the video, you get what I mean. So basically we have quite a lot of skills here. Probably there are some other skills too. Obviously I can't like put every single possible skill in calisthenics here, but these are the main ones. And once again, we want to choose one for push and one for pull, because it's going to be too hard for you to train 2 push and 2 pull skills at the same time while also training basics or level 2 skills, as you can see here. So it's going to be pretty hard. And once you choose one for push, one for pull, we are going to the second priority. And as you can see, we have either level 2 skills. For example, we want to work on your back lever, you want to work on your handstand push-ups or any other skill from level 2 skills, or you can work on your basics. It could be weighted calisthenics. Once again, you can work for 1 rep max or just for weighted calisthenics endurance, whatever you would like to. And of course dynamics. I personally don't train dynamics right now. I was trying some stuff a few years ago. I can put a video of me doing 360, but it was like a long time ago. Right now I don't train dynamics, but if you love dynamics, you can do them as your second priority at this stage. And as I told you, level 3 skills are basically the hardest skills of all, and you're never going to get these skills just with attempts. If you don't know how to train properly, if you don't follow a routine based on your goals that is going to guarantee you success, you're never going to get here. Of course, if you're genetically gifted and you're going to be consistent for years, even if you're doing the wrong stuff, probably you're going to get there, but I don't think that you want to waste years for that. So if you're serious about calisthenics and if you want to unlock skills from level 2 or skills from level 3, but you don't know how to structure your workout routine, you don't know how to train properly, on which days, how many days a week, how much intensity, how much volume, and basically all of that stuff, you can apply for my one-on-one coaching. The link is going to be in the description. We are going to have a quick conversation, we are going to discuss your goals, and we are going to be able to create a personal routine based on your goals, and I'm going to be able to help you professionally. So basically this is the plan for the level 3. You choose 2 skills, 1 push, 1 pull, and the second priority is going to be one of these things. And basically that was it for the video. I think that I mentioned most of the skills. If you have some questions for some skills that I haven't talked about, you can just ask me in the comments. I'm going to reply to all of the comments, and I hope that now you have a little bit more clarity in your calisthenics path, and you know what to actually work on and what to focus on at your level now. So as always, take action from this video, come back again and watch it again if you need to remind yourself of something, and basically that's the most important thing. So as always, expect redemption and see you in the next one.